Hey there, today I'll be showing you how to draw Garfield. So we're going to start in the middle of the face with the nose. So we're going to start with an oval, starting from the top, work our way to the side, and then around. From here I'm going to work my way up to between the eyes with a straight line. So I'm going to go up to about here and draw a straight line coming down into the middle of the nose. And then from here I'm going to branch out to the ovals for the eyes. So starting with the left side first, I'm going to curve around and go quite wide here. Curve around the eye, and then I'm just going to come right into the side of the nose on the left, and on the right I want to make sure I get the same height on both sides. So curving up, and then the width, I want to make sure that I go the same width on both sides. Curving around, I'm just working my way slowly, making sure that they are exactly the same size. Okay, so from here I'm going to come down and draw the eyelid. So I'm going to have Garfield with a very sleepy look. So I'm going to start down here, I'm going to draw a straight line across the center line and over to the right side. From here, let's draw the pupils. Now he's a little bit cross-eyed, so I'm going to draw the pupils down here, which is like half circle right under here. Draw one here, and then draw one on the right side. And basically I'm looking at that little space in between that center line to the eye. I'm going to go ahead and color that all in black. From this point, I'm going to work my way through the mouth. So from the center of the bottom of the nose, I'm going to curve up to the side of the head, just above this line on both sides. So up here, I'm just going to curve down, then up towards the center of that nose. I'm going to go up towards the right side as well, and make sure that the end is the same height, and as well as the bottom of the curve. So these two bottoms should be at the same height. From here, let's draw a little wrinkle. At the end of the mouth, I'm going to come down a bit, just draw a little hook on both sides. From here, let's draw the cheeks. So just this, against the side of the eye here, I'm going to circle around that little Y shape. Just curving around like this. And then I'm going to do another wrinkle. So coming back up, drawing a little curve like that. Let's do the same on the right side. So curving around the end of the mouth, and drawing a little wrinkle like that. I'm going to draw 3 little spots on the inside of that cheek on both sides like this. Now that I have that in place, I'm going to draw in the ears. So in between the eyes, from this point, I'm going to curve out and back in towards the eye, kind of like a sideways or angled oval. So from here, I'm going to curve up towards the left, and then curve back in towards the eye. On the right side, I'll do the same thing, and again, making sure that they're roughly the same size. From here, let's go ahead and draw the upper edge of the ears. So what I could do is I can start in the middle here, go up a bit, and draw a little point in the center. This is where the top edge of the ear will come to. So from up here, I'm going to curve in towards that point, and I'll curve out towards the right side. Let's go ahead and draw the outside edge of the head. So basically, I want to go from here, curve around the edge of the mouth, and underneath the chin, right about here. And it's not a circle or an oval, it's sort of got a squashed bottom end like this. So from here, I'm going to draw the chin down to about here. So on the side of the ear here, I'm going to circle around the edge of the mouth, and start to flatten out and come up as I get towards the bottom. So you can see it's a little bit flatter at the bottom. On the right, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to curve around this way. Starting up here, curve around, and then in underneath the chin. On these ends, I'm going to do what I did here, draw little wrinkles. So moving over on the left, draw a little curve, little hook. Same thing on the right side. Now on the ends of the ears, on the side of the head, there's these little whiskers or hairs that stick out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the end here. I'm going to draw a little curve going out. I'm going to draw this 3 times, and I'm going to change the angle as I go down. So you can see that there's a little bit more space here, a little bit more space there. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. So you can see it kind of works its way outwards. On the tips here, I'm just going to round them out, almost like a stretched out raindrop. So from here, I'm going to round out and then come back into the point. It's a little bit thicker on the ends. Do the same thing here. So round it out and then just come back in, fill that in black. Round out the tip here and then just kind of taper that in, coloring that in black. I'm going to go to the right side and do the same thing. Rounding out the tip, coloring that in black. We'll work our way down to the last one on the bottom here. Now, Garfield has some markings, some little hash lines all throughout his body and inside the ear. So let's start on the left side here. There's basically a big long zigzag shape on the inside here. So I'm going to start on the end of the ear, come down with a straight line, I'm going to go back up. You can see I'm leaving a little gap here. I'm going to make basically 4 points, 4 long points, and you can see that I'm changing the angle so it's curving this way. And the last point here, and tuck that in underneath. I'm going to go ahead and color this whole upper area in black. Just like that. Let's go over to the right side and do the exact same thing. This time I'm going to start on the top, coming down, and back up. And it doesn't have to be exactly the same or a mirror as the left side. It could just be generally the same shape. I'll go ahead and color that in black. Now from here, he has some of these little markings or hash lines all the way around the side of the head. So they basically go in little groups. So on the side of the head here, I'm just going to draw one long line. And then as I come out, I'm going to draw 3 lines. They get a little bit shorter. Let's draw one more on this side here. So one line, and again it's a little bit shorter, and then really short on the end. We'll draw one more here. So long line, medium, small. Now we take that and flip it over on the opposite side. So up here, draw one long line, medium, short. Down here, so I'm just basically lining it up here. Long, medium, short. And then just along the bottom of the chin, long, medium, short. And you can go back and thicken them up if you like, but I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Let's get down to the body. So the head, the upper torso is almost the same height as the head, and then the legs are quite long as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the height of the head and just duplicate it. So I'm just coming down to about here. This is where the bottom of the waist will be. But first I'm going to draw in the arm on the side because it overlaps on top of the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the armpit area here, just underneath this chin, just right of center. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve out towards the left, and then curve back towards the right here. This is for the back of the hand towards the index finger. From here I'm going to do an overlap, and just curl this around for the second finger. And then for the third finger, I'm just going to do an overlap and curl this all the way around to about here. From here I'm going to draw the back of the hand, this part right here. I'm going to go up in an angle and just hook this back in. Now I'm going to draw the back of the arm, and this is going to come up to the same height as I have in the front. It's coming in like that. Now let's do that little wrinkle on the armpit area here. So a little hook. Down here on the right side, we'll hook it up as well. Now we're going to draw the body. Now the body is going to be a little bit shorter than the arms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start underneath the left side here. I'm going to curve around the body. So from here, I'm going to curve. And now as I get towards the bottom, I'm going to flatten out. It's going to go a little bit flatter and straight across. From here, I'm going to curve. I'm going to imagine this line going across this way and up the back, but I'm going to come up to about here, to the shoulders. So rounding this out, up here. And then for the back upper shoulders, there's a little hump that comes up like that. Now we're going to draw the same little markings that we have on the head along this back side. So I'm going to start with one long line, medium, short. I'm going to do one up here. Long, medium, short. Let's draw one over here. Long, medium, short. And I'll draw one more down here. Long, medium, short. I'm just angling them to line up with the edge of the body here. Let's get down to the legs. So the legs, again, they're going to be about the same height as the head, torso, and the legs here. So from here, I'm going to draw the side of the front leg first. So the one leg is going to come out this way to the large foot here. So just behind this hand, I'm going to draw the heel. So coming down like this. Let's draw the front of the leg. It's basically the same curve at the front, but I'm going to come to about here because I want to leave room for the bottom of the foot. Curving around like this. From here, I'm going to draw the little wrinkle. So a little curve like this. Now from here, he's got quite a big foot. I'm going to stretch it all the way out to the front out here. So curving around and just hooking it around like that. So this foot is quite long. I'm going to do similar to what I do with the hand. I'm going to do an overlap and draw a toe curling around like that. Do a third toe up here, curling around and up. Now let's draw the front, the flat of the foot. So here I'm going to curve up. And you can see that this is going to curve around to that point of the foot. So around the heel, I'm going to curve around and just join up with that part of the leg there. Let's go ahead and draw the back foot here. And this is basically exactly the same thing. It'll just line up in behind this front leg. So let's draw the back of the leg first. Up here, we're going to leave a little gap, curving around like this. Let's draw the front of the leg. We're going to do the same thing. So up here, curve around. I'm going to stop right about there because I want to show a little wrinkle first. Okay, so up there, and then the foot. We're going to come around just like we did here to the one toe. So I'm going to stretch it out to about here, curl it around, do an overlap, curl that back, then do one more overlap, and curl this toe in behind the front foot. Let's close that gap there. So we got the legs. The final part is the tail. The tail just basically drags down and kind of like wrinkles over this way. So from here, right beside the hand, draw a straight line going down to about here. From up here, we're going to go up and draw a curve for a wrinkle in the tail. And then right about halfway down this curve, I'm going to draw a nice big curve for the tip of the tail. Here, let's draw these markings all along the edge of the tail here. So you're going to draw 3. 1, 2, 3 here. So draw with long, medium, short, long, medium, short, long, medium, short. I'm going to draw one out this way. So we're going to go long, medium, short. And at the tip of the tail, there's just a series of lines that go all the way across. So I'm just going to work my way across the end of the tail, like so. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Garfield. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.